Benefits of turmeric versus these 7 medications. The benefits of turmeric can be extremely positive in treating different diseases. However, you should always use it with a medical prescription, and it should never be used to substitute pharmaceutical treatment. In order to alleviate symptoms from hundreds of conditions, a lot of pharmaceutical medications have been created that can even be procured without a medical prescription. Although most of them are fairly effective and provide relief for hours, they were generally created with chemical substances that create unwanted side effects when consumed excessively. Because of this, different natural remedies have been promoted for quite some time. And for an inexpensive price they can be just as, or even more effective, than these types of treatments. One of these options is plain and simple, turmeric, a spice that is fairly well known for its culinary uses. This ingredient comes from the same family that ginger does. It is incredibly rich in nutrients that can be used to fight different conditions. The most surprising of which is that it has been shown to have effects that are very similar to those produced by conventional medicines. Today we're going to share the 7 most outstanding reasons that you should include it in your diet. Let's get started. 1. Atorvastatin, cholesterol medication. Atorvastatin is a pharmaceutical drug used to control cholesterol levels and to prevent the development of cardiovascular diseases. According to a study published in 2008 in the magazine Drugs in R&D, curcuminoids in turmeric have a comparable effect to this medication in endothelial dysfunction, a disease that leads to arteriosclerosis. According to information, this spice reduces inflammation and oxidative stress that worsens in patients with type 2 diabetes. 2. Corticosteroid pharmaceuticals. Thousands of people every year get steroid injections to treat inflammation associated with diseases such as arthritis or cancer, and more. A study published in the magazine Phytotherapy Research found that curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, functions just like this type of pharmaceutical drug when treating inflammatory eye disease. Later studies also showed that similar benefits were also observed for other inflammatory conditions treated with steroids. 3. Antidepressant medications. Antidepressant medications like Prozac and Paxil have serious side effects that actually worsen depressive symptoms in some people. But, why use these medications if you can substitute them with turmeric? Curcumin, its most powerful antioxidant, makes this a great alternative for alleviating depressive behavior, and it has the advantage of not damaging health. 4. Blood thinner. Patients that are at risk of heart attack or circulatory conditions generally use pharmaceutical blood thinners as a preventative measure. Everyone can benefit from consuming turmeric, however, because it has effects similar to those of aspirin, the preferred medication for facilitating blood flow. The active compounds in this spice have antiplatelet and prostacyclin modulating effects, which can be used to treat arterial thrombosis and arthritis. 5. Anti-inflammatory pharmaceuticals. Conditions that cause pain and inflammation can also be treated with this natural ingredient, rather than traditional pharmaceuticals, which generally have negative short and long-term side effects. Studies show that it has anti-inflammatory and anti-proliferating effects that are just as powerful as those produced by medications like aspirin, ibuprofen, naproxen, diclofenac, indomethacin, dexamethasone, celecoxib, tamoxifen. 6. Chemotherapy medications. For several years we've been led to believe that pharmaceutical chemotherapy is one of the very few methods for effectively treating cancer. However, several studies have shown that turmeric functions just as, or even more, effectively than oxaliplatin, one of the pharmaceuticals used in treating this disease. Supplying a small daily dose prevents proliferation in colorectal cells. 7. Pharmaceuticals for diabetes. Diabetic patients will receive great benefits from incorporating this powerful spice into their diets. A publication of the magazine Biochemistry and Biophysical Research Community showed that consuming turmeric works up to 100,000 times better than metformin at absorbing glucose. Turmeric also helps to prevent excessive glucose production in the liver, just like the majority of the medications designed for this purpose. Keep in mind all of turmeric's effects have been proven through several scientific studies. But you need to remember that it should not be used to replace medications prescribed by your doctor, unless he or she allows it. Because it does not create severe side effects, it can easily be included into your regular diet, so long as it is taken in moderate portions. In adults, the maximum daily dosage is 5 grams a day.